Elden Ring? Elden Ring. Hello everyone, welcome to Elden Ring. Today, I believe today we're gonna actually beat the game. We will see, obviously, but you know what? No, I gotta be in my streamer mode. Today we're gonna beat the game, guys. Yeah, guys, we're gonna beat Elden Ring today. Yeah, I've been practicing off stream, which I haven't at all. I've been practicing off stream, and I'm almost 100% sure today we're gonna be beating the Elden Ring game DLC. All right, we're gonna be beating it. Just you watch. Today we're gonna be beating the Elden Ring DLC. Today we are beating it. Okay, so don't at me. I am going to beat it. Don't at me. I'm beating it. I'm going to beat the game. I'm the game beating today. Don't at me. Don't at me. Is that voice annoying enough for you already? Welcome everyone. Today we're gonna beat more Elden Ring. I believe I will beat Radon today. I don't know. Maybe. All I know is that I'm a genetic mutation. And so are you. Okay, so let me put this back on. Took off my headphones for some reason. I don't know why. Ba 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 ba. Wish me luck. I've never gotten a stance break, so that's why I don't think the stance breaks are even useful. I don't think you get hit by that, actually. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think the stance breaks are worth it. The stance break boost, I'd rather just get consecutive hits than in that case. Plus, you can cancel out of a light attack much easier than you can cancel out of a strong Wander Sizzix. So instead, oh, enhances charge attack. Okay, I wish I had that because all I've been doing is charge attacks now. Yeah, let's enhance charge attacks. Yes, we'll do that. And maybe that'll help. We'll try that. That actually helped me stay away from most of the damage from that attack, actually. Surprisingly. I need to heal, actually. To heal. Lucky Doge with that one. Frick. He really catches you with these weird timings on attacks. He got me. Damn it. That timing. Okay, I gotta relearn all the timings now. I lost my flow, man. SMH. I swear to God, I say that every stream. I lost my rhythmic flow. Very sad. I'm not sad. I'm sad I never met you. Ouchie. I love the song in this phase. I don't know about the other phase. It's a little harder to tell what's going on in the other phase, that's the problem. John Smelden ring. You really gotta wait on that other one when he jumps up. You really gotta wait on that. Fuck. Oh, I'm getting pretty close though. Well, give or take. I gotta find my flow. I'm really trying to focus. It's boss killing time. John Smelden ring. Just gonna heal quickly. I didn't need to back off for that one. Whew. I don't like getting cornered here like this. Holy shit. I was so close though. Okay, yeah. So dodge to the right when that happens. When he starts his dashing move. Dashing through the sorry. Within one horse, oh, sorry. It's too early, I should be stringing fucking The Nightmare Before Christmas. We still have a nightmare to finish here. It's gotten to the point I don't expect him to finish the combo ever. Fuck. Always a minute too soon on that. I don't think this is it, but I'll try anyway. This is not it. This is not it. This is not gonna... Yeah. L. We're getting close though. Rip in peace. Set at this. I guess we'll go back to consecutive attacks. Try that. Damn you. Damn you, Mikola. Mikola just chilling up there. Bro just chilling. Alright, we're so close. I can taste it. I can practically taste it. can heal. This is the combo I'm not great at. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I see the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's spam bot, so I'm not gonna say anything. You're joking! Ouchie. Damn it. Lamau. Now we got the OnlyFans girls here on Twitch. Can you believe that? SMH. Lamau. Drink this. Pretty sure I should try and put on Beast of Vitality before that. That's the closest I've ever gone, by the way. Ouchie. Yeah, that would have got me. It's because I was trying to run away. It's not working. My beginner's luck is leaving, dude. Oh boy. I'm so close to being able to dodge that. However, I'm not quite there. Oh yeah. Dodging that is so fucking... feels great, dude. Satisfying, that's the word. I know English. Oh fuck. Yeah, I never thought he's gonna follow up, but he does. Need to heal. Heal. Run, 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 run. Might as well just heal, it's okay. Fuck. I'm sweating so hard, dude. Don't panic. Ah! Let's go! Ah! What was that sound I made, dude? That was fucking crazy. Alright. Remembrance of a god and a lord. Dude, I knew it. I would beat him today. I had a feeling. I had a feeling in my bones. Yeah, that was the hardest boss. That was the hardest boss in the DLC. I think in total that took me maybe 5 hours, give or take, yeah. Something like that. Which is 5 times more than literally any other boss in this DLC, so that's something. This is what I was expecting every boss in the DLC to be, but I really, like, pretty much none of them were. This is definitely the hardest boss in the DLC, but I will say that I still think Melania is a harder fight because she punishes you more for losing because she self-heals herself anyway. Oh, there's an item. I will come back to this 1 second. I still want to talk a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, there's like piles of bodies and shit around here. All reaching towards the pillars of divinity or something. I don't know what they're called. Melania is still harder in my eyes. She's still a more difficult boss fight. However, Radon here is pretty difficult, I do agree. And apparently he was even more difficult before they nerfed him. So, that's something. No boss in this DLC gave me more trouble than maybe like an hour or an hour 30 minutes. Radon by himself made me spend, I think, roughly 5 hours. 5 hours total on Radon. I think he's a cool fight. It is a little disappointing because I wanted, like, I think most of us can agree we wanted to fight like a new boss, like a new, completely new boss that FromSoft just designed themselves. And to be fair, we got a lot of that already. We got that a lot of that in Bale, in Midra, in the Putrescent Knight, in I'll say Rolana too. In Mesmer as well. Like we got a lot of unique boss fights in this DLC. So I don't think it's a huge deal that Radon is kind of a repeat character, but I think a lot of us were expecting a completely new person to fight against. Phase 2 is, I think after the nerf, it's not that bad. It doesn't seem so bad. You just need to like stay close to him. And you can dodge most of the light wave attacks. Kind of like Sekiro. But yeah, I still think Melania is a harder fight. Other than Radon, I would say Rolana was the fight that I struggled the most on. And then maybe Mesmer. Between Mesmer and Rolana, those are the two fights I struggled the most on. Otherwise, no other fight was really that difficult for me. And maybe it's because I've been keeping up with the Scadu blessings. I'm still missing one blessing. I'm at blessing 19 right now, so. But yeah. Somewhere in this whole fucking ass map, I missed one. And I can't be bothered to go pick it up right now. But yeah, that's the DLC. There's still some more stuff to poke around here, though. First, let me pick this up. What is this? Let us go together. Oh, okay. You can still get this emote, even though, yeah. Even though I never got caught. Test now. Yeah, even though I never got caught by it, you can still get the emote. That's cool. But yeah, I saw this. This was spoiled for me, but willingly. I willingly spoiled myself for this. Like, I was okay getting spoiled. But this is what you get. You get this emote. Essentially, Mikola, like, uses his power to make you complacent in his godhood. Let's see. Touch the memory. Story stuff that's left.
Lord brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
Did he say...
The world a gentler place.
Circlet of light. It has to be said that we kind of knew this already. Like, we didn't really need another cutscene to show us what we already knew. That Radon and Mikola made a promise together to be Empyrean and consort. Like, we already kind of knew that. We didn't... But, you know, that's the FromSoft way. Circlet of light. Low weight. Oh, it's not very good against physical. It's pretty good against lightning and holy, though. And boost high immunity. And maybe vitality. Circlet of light which adorned Mikola's head as he returned in divine aspect. It has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane while also boosting the power of Mikola's light. I'll boost each by 1, yeah. This circle was to be the very foundation upon which Mikola's age of compassion would be built, should it have ever come to pass. It also comes into question that why is Mikola's age a bad thing? Age of compassion. Why was Mikola's age of compassion a bad thing? Pillars of Divinity, I think they're called. Sure, level up Arcane, maybe? Gate of Divinity. Tialier and Ansbach should be here now. Oh, they died. Tialier's hidden needle. Concealed weapon of Tialier, of a design generally favored by poison wielders for dark and subtle purposes. Like Saint Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden, a rich poison is secreted from within, which sends its victims into eternal sleep. Unique skill, sleep evermore. Is it a fist weapon? It is. Pierces the enemy deeply with a poison-coated needle that delivers eternal sleep. If the follow-up strike lands upon a foe who is already in a state of slumber or eternal sleep, it will deal significant damage. Physical magic split. Scales mostly with dex, however, and it does eternal sleep. Cool. Acquisition. Telier's garb. High immunity, high focus. High holy, or high lightning and high holy. Dark attire of those who wield poison in secret. The silver hair is arranged in the same style of St. Trina's, increasing arcane. By 2, apparently. Additionally, countless needles are sewn into the exterior, apparently for talismanic effect. A mask upon which is carved the tranquil sleeping face, a tranquil sleeping face. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as St. Trina's. Oh my god, this is just native arcane boosting equipment, okay. Just once, Talier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. Interesting. Because I thought velvety sleep literally like kills you. So how do you come back from that? Unless he's like us, so he can respawn. Ever scorned, ever loathed, and loathed. He's got like hairs and sinews in on his gloves. So very interesting. Miss you, Ansbach. Wise man's mask. High robustness. And good physical. Mostly a physical. Or mostly good against physical and slash. Maybe fire. The iron mask of Sir Ansbach, giving the appearance of a quiet, wise, old bearded man. But an old fear lurks beneath, together with the cold, unflinching discipline that once honed his blade, now employed to enhance blood oath and dynastic skills. So it boosts blood oath and dynastic skills. But an old fear lurks beneath, together with the cold, unflinching discipline that once honed his blade. Ansbach's attire. Oh. Really good against magic fire. Really good vitality too, and focus. Oh shit, Jesus. Incredibly good, okay. I'm still on light load if I wear it. That's how good it is. But basically nothing against physical. No resistance to physical damage. Attire of Sir Ansbach, the embroidered crest of the Pure Blood Knights, has now all but faded away. Slightly enhances blood oath and dynastic skills. Ansbach understood that keeping his oath to his old master was not an act of logic, nor would it bear any justice, but it was for these very reasons that he was unable to let it go. Didn't expect sadness. Manchettes. I know Ansbach basically followed like the craziest demigod in the lands between, but he's surprisingly Obsidian Lamina. He's a surprisingly likable character. Signature weapon of Pure Blood Knight Ansbach. A viciously keen and slender scythe made for combat. The Obsidian Edge relies not upon trickery to fulfill its violent purpose. Only well-honed skill is required to rip off and rend through foes, sowing blossoms of red upon the battlefield. Scales with Dex and Arcane. Apparently, if a weapon scales with Arcane, its passive effect actually scales. So see, Tialier's weapon does not scale with Arcane, so it's only ever going to do 42 sleep buildup, and that's it. The same thing with Saint Trina, the Velvet Sword. But if you have a weapon that scales with Arcane, that's the only time that passive effects will also scale up. Although maybe I should test that. Primarily a Dex and Arcane weapon. Unique skill, Dynastic Sickle Play. A finessed evasive skill that creates space to maneuver. Inputs dictate direction of the backstep. Well, it's a Reaper type weapon. Cool. Press strong attack. Follow up with strong attack to perform an advanced upward slash. Press strong attack again to bring weapon back down. Furious Blade of Ansbach. I think this is a spell. Requires 19 and 27 Arcane. 19 Faith, 27 Arcane. Incantation of Ansbach, Pureblood Knight. Produces a blood flame blade from the side of the hand, then lunges at enemies to cleave through them. Charge to increase the number of slashes. Markedly different from the finesse swordplay of the Dynast. This is an aggressive last resort of an incantation that gave rise to Ansbach's fearsome reputation. Gate of Divinity. And I think that's it. There's literally nothing else to this DLC, other than like some NPC stuff. Like, I should probably go visit Saint Trina. Like, there's no new ending or anything. Oh, shit. So this is made of flesh. It's bleeding, so that means it's made of flesh. This is not made of flesh, though. The floor is made of flesh. I mean, you can kind of tell with all the bodies, so... But this area is made of flesh. These gates of divinity are literally built on... the bodies of just people reaching for them. But the ground, yeah, the ground is... So that could mean something, but also it could not. It could mean nothing. So you never know with these games. Yeah, out here there's... Yeah, there's some bleeding here, but not everywhere. So as I mentioned before, I have not seen any trailers. So I think what I'm gonna do is part of the funness of the stream. I will watch some trailers after I'm done with this. First time react to them. Because again, I have not seen anything. I'm completely blind into this game right now. Divine Gate. I can talk to the Grand Dam. Let's go talk to the Grand Dam. Let's see what she thinks. Firefly. I know there's a lot of items I probably missed too. Just where the Divine Beast head for now.
Heaven's great and gallant sculpted keeper, I know it in my bones. Thy deed is done. A worthy deed, no doubt, to bring our foes what surely was deserved recompense. Oh, heaven hath borne witness to our plight. Thy gleaming wrath and unparalleled.
They have heaven here?
Though a trifle it might seem to thee, I have prepared a dish in celebration. 'Twould please me much if thou might partake. Partake, partake, until thou art sated.
Gourmet scorpion stew. Scorpion simmered in a black soup. An exquisite dish, chock full of mouth. Chock full of cock. Dude, don't ask. Don't ask where my brain was. Chock full of mouth-watering scorpion claws. Boosts physical damage negation and temporarily and gradually restores a great amount of HP. Oh, this was actually probably going to be pretty good. The thoughts and feelings of the cook melt and blend into the stew, but those who can distinguish the taste of love are few and far between. Partake, partake, until thou art sated. Oh, I didn't look at this. Hold up. Remembrance of a god and a lord. Remembrance of Radon and consort of Mikla hewn into the Shadow Tree. Or the Shadow Tree. Apparently it's called Shadow Tree, because again, it's Welsh. Or I think it's Welsh, I don't know. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to create a great bounty of runes. In their childhood, Mikla saw in Radon a lord. Also, did Mikla say older brother? Or like younger brother? I don't know. I think he said something brother. Older brother, probably. Mikla saw in Radon a lord, his strength, his kindness, that stood in stark contrast from their afflicted selves. I was thinking about this. America had... all of America's children were completely, like, afflicted. Only Radagon's children were safe. Given we don't know much about Godwin, he might have been afflicted. But all of Radagon's children were completely okay. It was just when Radagon had children with America, all of America's children, literally all of America's children were afflicted with something, whether it be the Crucible, whether it be like the curse. Radon was like a completely normal person as far as I can tell. Rykard was also completely normal, yeah, but he became a serpent. He let himself get eaten by the serpent. Before he did that, he was completely normal. What is this? Oh, the rock heart. Oh, yeah. Who else? And also Rani was completely normal. She was just a Carian princess. So all of Radagon's children were okay, but all of America's children, there was always something wrong with them. Other than Godwin. We don't know much about Godwin, though, so... So when it says, in stark contrast with their afflicted selves, what does that mean? Because as far as I know, Radon was never afflicted with anything. And so, Mikla made his heartfelt wish that Radon would one day be his king consort.
O sculpted keeper, I offer my thanks. Thou danced with passing wrath and beauty, such that rightfully avenged we would be. I have never known such joy as this.
What's weird to me is that they want to kill... They want to kill Mesmer so badly, but even though they weren't that great at to begin with either, like, they cause a lot of pain and turmoil to fucking America's people.
Sculpted keeper, oh great wert thou by this old maid unduly pushed into facing such labors as thou didst. Has our grave resentment fettered thee? With such bounteous fury didst thou dance. I cannot presume thou didst not suffer. Please, I ask thee, allow thyself some rest. None of the tower would dare interfere, and if one should, I'll see to them myself. Apologies, O noble visitor. But wouldst thou permit me a little rest? Mine eyes are oft apt to glaze over. The years taking their toll, 'tis plain to see. Even telling dream from reality is a task increasingly beyond me. Apology, but wouldst thou?
I have a feeling she's not going to be there next time. Pretty sure they should just, like, let me live. I don't know. Yeah, she died. Gourmet scorpions, too. Well, actually... maybe they should. Oh, you just get another one. Okay. And she probably dies after this. From Soft Questlines be like, how is this NPC gonna die? Or no, she's just sleepy. Okay. Lost the Crandom. We got Bulurat. And you're Ilim. Shaman Village, Redons. Also, I figured out the secret for that puppet there. You actually need a summon to interact with that. Unfortunately, I do not have it. Alright, let's go to the garden. What's down here? I guess the circlet is implied to... it'll eventually just disappear. It does look pretty ethereal. Or... what the hell? She doesn't have legs or anything. St. Trina's Blossom. It's a headpiece. It has no physical negation. In fact, it'll make you take more pierce damage. High focus, high vitality. Good against magic, lightning, and holy. A little bit of fire, not as much. Well, that's cute. Damn, look at that. So St. Trina's gone. Essentially. In no other game can you kill one boss and literally everyone else dies. No other game but a FromSoft game. Yeah, she literally doesn't have like a body, dude. Let me change this to the monocle if I can find it here. Monocle. Her hair is still moving though. Makes me think she's not actually dead. She's just maybe sleeping. Yeah. St. Trina basically doesn't have a lower body. Just the upper body. Does she look like she's breathing by any chance? Another thing with Radon is that literally every character in the game has like two identities, two versions of them. And we end up meeting both versions at some point, or seeing both versions if not meeting. Except for Radon. Radon only had one version of himself. And so it was kind of to be expected that we would see another version of Radon in the DLC. Or rather, it makes sense. It wasn't to be expected, it made sense. It keeps up with the theme of the game that we see two versions of every character. Actually, Rykard didn't have two versions. Okay, well. I mean, he has like two different phases, right? So, and also we know that Rykard has like... Rykard used to be a human, a regular human, before he turned into a big snake. Saint Trina was the coolest part of this DLC, I'm gonna be real. Because it was extremely weird. I think, yeah, the flower is still alive, probably. The problem is that, why is there hair in the flower? Maybe she dies if Mikola dies, because she's a part of Mikola, in some sense. Let me refresh the area one more time. And that's the Elden Ring DLC. There's still a couple more things. Hold on. Go back to the Grandam. I don't think there's anything left here. And we can also get Mikola's remembrance. Dude, I actually kind of like this. It looks kind of nice. Like, this is something like I would give to my girlfriend, you know? If I had one. Box still there. Seamster Bach. So let's see.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll see it.
So, Great Sword of Radon. It's the same sword, but different skill each time. Great Sword of Black Steel wielded by Radon in his youth. A pair of weapons decorated with a lion mane motif. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars. The swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Huh. The swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength. And I like that Mikola, this is completely unrelated, but I like that Mikola chose Radon because of his kindness. Because we did notice that Radon has a bit of kindness to him, because he kept his horse around Leonard pretty much forever. he might have gone crazy and he might have like turned into like a flesh-eating monster, but even after all that time, he kept his horse around and tried his best to take care of it. Physical strength and kind. And that makes me think that maybe what this passage is saying is that Radon also relied on kindness. Unique skill promise consort. Imbue the 2 great swords with the light of Mikola, then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by columns of light. Additional inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Light speed slash. Assume a luminous form and leap forward to deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. This attack will be followed up by an additional light attack. Charge to increase power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. And we have Light of Mikola, which requires 72 faith. Oh, these 2 weapons are strength and dex weapons, with a little bit of intelligence, but not so much. Primarily strength and dex. Like Light of Mikola requires 72 faith to use. The strength of Mikola upon his deific return. Wielded as an incantation. That annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Mikola sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. That's probably us. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. And there's also this idea of like, why was what Mikola was trying to do bad? Because almost everything Mikola's been saying in this DLC, or trying to do in this DLC, seems like it's a good thing. And it brings up this idea of like, why are we fighting him? Shouldn't we be like trying to help him? No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. It makes me feel like... Just take this one for now. That just makes me feel like... I don't know, I lost my train of thought. My bad. I hope no one was really trying to listen to my thoughts on that. Young Radon's helm. It's a little lighter, actually. But I think it's the same basic resistances and everything. Robustness is the highest, and it's really good at physical. Except strike. Golden helm worn by Radon in his young years, proudly displaying his heroic red hair. It is fitting attire for a lion. When Melania, blade of Mikola, let the wrought flower blossom in Aoania, Radon heard a murmur in his ear. Mikola awaits thee, O promised consort. Now this, I don't like this, because it calls into question, why did Melania and Radon fight in the first place, if like this is what their intentions were? Why did they even fight? Like they should have been like cooperating, getting Radon, because after this Melania went back to Mikola to see that Mikola was gone, obviously, but like why didn't she just bring Radon with her? Like why is... I don't really understand. I don't really understand what was Melania's plan here. Why did they even fight in the first place? Maybe they needed to fight for some reason? I don't know. Because you gotta imagine, like, Melania was in the Erdtree, and she traveled all the way around to Ionia, or to Caelid, and she fought Radon in Caelid. Why? Why did she travel? And then she traveled all the way back. Like, why did we do this? What was the point of this? I don't... There's also other plot holes that I want to bring up, but... that I've noticed in the game, but I will bring them up later. This doesn't make any sense. Why did they fight then? It makes no sense. Also, he has horns. Actually, Radon had horns on his original armor set too. But, yeah, these are like horn scent horns. Like actual, like, horns. Crucible horns. But it does bring in the idea why Melania is just waiting there in the Erdtree. She's waiting there because she's waiting for Mikla's plan to come into fruition. I don't know. I don't know what I guess Mikla's plan was to just use Moog's body or something. It doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna be real. It doesn't really make sense. Worn by a fierce lion. But I think this was a mystery that was there ever since the first trailer for Elden Ring dropped. What did Melania say to Radon? Like, I think a lot of people noticed that she said something, but nobody really knew what she said. So I think that was a mystery that's been solved now. What was the original sin? I don't really understand that either. I wonder if Gideon has anything to say after we killed all these demigods. Mesmer didn't have a great rune, by the way.
Well, what is it now? Well, what is it now?
I feel like they should have updated Gideon a little bit. Just a wee bit. Is there anything I missed? Not that I can tell. I think there was probably stuff here that to go pick up, but I don't really care right now. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, Erdtree chalice, base. Okay. Okay, let's bring out the trailers. Let's take a look at these. Maybe the announcement trailer? I think that's the one that it was. Okay, Shadow. The Erdtree trailers. Let's see the trailers. There's the gameplay reveal trailer, the story trailer, official launch trailer, the story trailer, accolades trailer. Ooh, very cool. United in Shadow trailer. I don't know what these are. There's so many trailers. Dude, there's so many video game trailers, man. Official cinematic story trailer. Gameplay reveal trailer. Okay. Let's take a look at these. These are the first time. This is the first time I've seen any of these trailers, by the way. I never looked at any. I tried to stay as blind as possible through this DLC, and I think it worked out because a lot of the bosses in this DLC, extremely cool. Like, top notch, quite literally. Elden Ring, the journey so far. Maybe I should look at that one. Okay,
Peggy 16.
hold on. Transform. Hit the screen. Okay, let's take a look at this. Is this the one?
Age ago.
See, like, Godwin seemed the most normal.
The rune of death was stolen.
The most normal demigod.
And the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwin the Golden.
As far as we know, there was nothing wrong with him. Or as far as I know, there was nothing wrong with him.
Queen Marika was driven to the brink.
You know, there's Morgott.
And why?
Okay, then they fought. Again, why did they fight? If they wanted...
Conqueror of the Stars, General Radahn.
The only thing I'm thinking of is maybe Moog. Maybe what happened is that to ensure that Mikola had a long and powerful reign, they needed Radahn to be revived in a sense, using Moog's body at his peak, at his strongest. And at his strongest was when he was young, so using Moog's body. But Moog is older than Radahn, so, or roughly the same age as Radahn. So Moog's body is like even more twisted than, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense. Why not just like go to Radahn? Like, why do you need to? Maybe they needed Radahn at his prime or something? I don't know. I don't know.
And the blade of Mikola and Melania the Seventh. These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat.
The mightiest to remain. I mean, all of them remained. What does that mean?
But there would be no victor.
Yeah, you see, so I saw a lot of theory videos trying to figure out what did Melania say here. As you can clearly see her lips moving.
But there would be no victor.
Again, why do they need to fight?
And so, we inhabit a fractured world.
Unless Melania is trying to kill Radahn because Mikola requested it or something. So Mikola's manipulating the world again. Oh, I don't know if you want to see this. It looks absolutely beautiful. Anyway. Oh.
Awaiting the arrival of the Elder Lord.
Who's the voice actor for Ronnie? Just kind of interesting voice. Anyway, this one, yeah. The original reveal trailer.
That which come. Oh, Elden. Or something. My Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. Shattered. By someone. Or something. Elden Ring.
Actually, I want to watch this from the start. Hold on. Because again, America and Radahn, they're both together destroying it. Or, sorry, Radagon. Dude, this was crazy. Remember seeing this reveal? It was crazy, man. Again, we've turned into a world of personality-based. Maybe we were always like that. Personality-based content.
I doubt you could even imagine it.
For being so prominently featured,
Commanded the stars.
Godric is barely important to the story.
Fullest brilliance. The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. Shattered. By someone
Because that's Radagon.
or something. Someone
That's Radagon.
shattered.
And you see the cracks on his back got bigger.
By someone or something.
What is he trying to kill?
Or something.
It's like that's a Melania Knight.
Someone. Or something. Don't tell me you don't see it. Look up at the sky. Don't tell me
I think this probably is America, actually.
you don't see it. Look up at the sky. It burns.
This might be Radagon. Do we see the more cracking? That's America. Is that Radical? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm trying to tell by like whether or not she's wearing like a blouse or something. Okay, journey so far trailer. Let's see.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16. I might be seeing these trailers out of order, by the way,
Come to this.
because I don't know what the original order was.
Long ago, the Elden Ring brought prosperity to the lands between. But one day, it was shattered. The shards, great runes of enormous power, fell into the hands of the demigods.
What surprises me is that Mesmer
And
didn't have a
although the
shard.
demigods fought for control. In the end, there was no victor.
Who is that? Oh, that wasn't anyone. Whose army is this? Is this Liurnia's
In
army?
the end, there
Yeah, this was Liurnia's army.
was no victor. And so began an era without a lord. Until, from across the sea of fog, a tarnished of no renown arrives at the lands between. The tarnished takes their first steps into the world, knowing not what awaits them. Steps
What word does
into
she
the
use, though?
world, knowing not what awaits them.
Oh, them.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
Tarnished accepts Melina's request and begins a journey to bring her to the base of the Erdtree.
Okay, I don't know if I should watch this anymore.
As they explore, the lands between become known to the Tarnished. And they gain power, shaping themselves in their own way.
I wonder how they film these.
Throughout their journey, they cross paths with unlikely allies.
Death has left its mark once again.
Rise with us against the Erdtree.
Listen. The fingers speak.
God, seeing the fingers for the first time was absolutely
And
crazy.
fearsome foes that stand in their way.
Well, a lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel!
So much power in the hands of one Tarnished. Growing in strength with every trial. Who crossed the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. the Elden Lord. The lands between are yours to discover.
Good trailer. This does not seem like a trailer for Shadow of the Erdtree. Oh, there it is. Oh! Damn, I've never seen any of this. Let me see that cover one more time. Yeah, you see Mesmer is prominently featured. You see Rao in the back. You see that tower in the back. In fact, you could probably see the tower from here. Yeah, that tower. Oh shit! Sorry. You can see that tower. You see Mesmer's army a little bit. Rao in the background. You see the shadow tree. Okay, if it's pronounced shadow tree, that's like not. That's like not subtle at all, because it's shadow of the Erdtree, so it's the shadow tree. You know? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's pronounced shadow tree, and shadow tree is the shadow of the Erdtree. Not subtle at all, but I guess can't complain. Yeah, you got Mesmer there with his spear and his flame.
Peggy 16.
What was that? Pre-order to get what? I mean, probably more of these DLCs will have, or trailers, if it loads. In-game bonus gesture, Ring of Mikla. Oh, okay, this thing. Which I don't have. Oh wait, I did pre-order, so I probably have it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I knew I was going to play this game, so I pre-ordered it.
Peggy 16.
I think it was a good idea overall. We'll talk about it.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
And why does his body in the real world look like that? Is that even his body? This vista that I'm looking at right now. Ooh, Leda. That's cool.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill.
It's funny he says that because that's the most confusing voice line in the whole in the whole game. What does that mean? The misshapen tree of Umbra. What? There is no tree of Umbra. There probably was at some point in the game, but there is none.
Blood of your fellows. Blood must. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The Erdtree faithful.
What the fuck? Okay, well in the final game you can't ride Torrent here, so weird. Maybe it just looks cool. I don't know. Do you think? Okay, I mean this late into development, they had to have known that you can't ride Torrent here, right? Unless that. This is making me feel like this DLC was very rushed. Yeah, this is really like you're not supposed to have Torrent at this point in the game. You literally can't ride Torrent here. This is starting to make me feel like the DLC was very rushed.
Must spill. In that forsaken. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows.
Erdtree faithful. The Erdtree faithful.
So I think this painting is actually showing Midra and Nanaya, and you can tell Midra is already like an old man, like an old sage of a man. And that's Nanaya next to him. This is cool. This is so cool.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
I never got hit by that grab. Actually, maybe once. Man, if I saw this, like, I'd be like, that shit is so cool. I wouldn't even know what it is. But, you know, I went in blind completely.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? Bereft of...
Same thing, like, his voice is so, like... His voice is so light, surprisingly light. It's not like... Like, I would have expected a gruffer voice from him, or more like evil voice from him, but no.
light.
And that's the Miyazaki touch, what can you say?
Bereft of light.
It weirdly fits. Okay, listen. You would not be using this spell at the end of the game. At the start, literally at the start of the game here. But it looks cool. Hold on. That's Rolana's boss fight arena. And there's a Black Knight there. And there's a fog wall. Well, I guess they didn't want to spoil... Okay. This one I will let pass because... This one I won't assume is cut content. I will let this one pass because I think they probably just didn't want to spoil that Rolana's in the... I swear to God Rolana was in the trailers. Hold on.
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Mikula is doing here.
Does that mean these NPC battles were meant to be in the overworld? Maybe at some point during development, these NPC battles were meant to be in the overworld. This one too.
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what
I mean, this just looks cool, even though it's completely pointless.
kind Mikula is doing here.
Were these NPC battles meant to be in the overworld, and then they had to fill the mausoleums with something? It really makes you think. I don't know for sure. I don't think so, but I think this just looks cool. This looks cooler than the mausoleum versions. Golden Hippo. There he is. Again, this hippo doesn't turn into Golden Hippo, but I mean, it looks cool.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesma's flame.
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
They showed us just a little bit of Mikula. But this cutscene was not in the game. I do feel like there was cut content with Miklo. I don't know. I feel like there was more to Miklo that we didn't see, especially that. I mean, ultimately, what shipped is what shipped, right? So, I mean, if something's cut, you just gotta have to accept it. But it does feel like there was something missing. We never saw that. The fuck? What was it called? We never saw that trailer. Like, or sorry, we never saw that cutscene at all, pretty much.
Peggy 6.
Yeah, we saw these. Okay, cool. This is the story. Oh, this is the gameplay reveal trailer. Okay.
16.
And this one is the story trip. No George Martin? Where? What the heck?
Mikula the Kind spoke of the beginning. The seduction and the betrayal.
This is completely new. I believe that's America,
An affair
actually.
from which gold arose. And so too was Shadow born.
So America was at the
Followed
gates
was
of
a
divinity.
war unseen.
And this happened all before all the events of
One
the
that
main
could
game.
never be put to song. A purge without grace or honor.
That's Bularad, I
The
think.
tyranny put to song.
One that could never be put to song.
A purge without grace or honor.
I think that's
The
Bularad.
tyranny of Mesmer's flame.
Oh, wait. That's crazy. We actually get to see a divine dancing beast lion. I want to see that again. Hold on.
Mesmer's flame.
Oh, that's Ramana. Oh, I see. I see it now. Yeah, that's Ramana. You can see by her spear. That's Ramana's spear.
Tyranny of
Fuck, I want to see that
Mesmer's
again. It's so
flame.
cool.
And so kindly Mikula would abandon everything. His golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate.
That's Trina, I think. Or what
But
Trina
we
used to look
are
like.
not deterred. We choose to follow, are not deterred.
I think this is the music in the final boss fight, actually. With Mikula.
We choose to follow.
Who's that? Tielier, the Horn Scent. The Horn Scent's turned away, he's not looking. Dane is there. Brea. I think that's Moore in the corner, but you can't see him. He's like off screen. Ansbach. And obviously Leda.
Will you walk with us?
At one point, each of those characters was charmed by Mikola. $6.21. Took me like 3 months to finish this game, dude. SMH. Next one. Launch trailer.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival.
No way. No way they revealed it here.
Both your deeds will ever be praised in song.
I guess it's just a little
No
hint.
hope for redemption. The answer, sadly, is clear.
Erdtree. Putrescent Knight. Labyrinth.
The mere sight of your blade sets my heart aflutter. All the more I yearn to crush it in my grasp.
So if you watch this, you knew that Godwin was here.
The Erdtree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed, set aflame. The fog that vexed my aging faculty.
So everything we see here at the launch trailer is a lot more aligned to what we see in the final game, actually. So I think, yeah, at this point they kind of figured out what was going on.
The fog that vexed my aging faculties has been lifted.
And they did show
follies
Ilana.
better left forgotten haunt me once again.
In the same arena. That they showed in the previous
Such
trailer.
as it is, this battle could not be more fitting. For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Hold on, what was that dialogue earlier? I was talking over it, my bad.
The fog that vexed my aging faculties has been lifted. And follies better left forgotten
Oh, that's
haunt me
Ansbach.
once again.
Yeah, even in the trailer,
Once again.
her cloth physics are like, yeah.
Me once again.
Damn, I can't believe that got past QA. Look at that.
Haunt me once again.
Yeah, even in the trailer, like you can see that her skirt is moving a little bit too much. Like it shouldn't be moving that much.
Is better left forgotten haunt me once again.
And they left it in the trailer, huh? That's crazy.
Such as it is, this battle could not be more fitting. For the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
So they showed Bale. God, Bale was the best fight in the game, man.
Promise me you'll be my consort.
Do you think at some point we were supposed to be his consort? And then if we refused, we would fight Radon or something? Because clearly, Radon was probably intended since the point the game, since when the game was made.
Peggy 16.
Like even the base game, like 2 years ago, Radahn was intended to be the boss, the final boss of this DLC, probably. But if you're sharp, even from just that trailer, you can tell that Radahn was supposed to be the final boss. Even just from that trailer. I'll talk about what I think about the DLC after this ad. What is this?
You who have braved the lands between, scaled mountains, ended dynasties, battled gods, you who have toppled kings, slain immortals, harnessed the moon and stars. You who have forged your legend in fire are being called back. Called back for another chapter of another story that has yet to be told. Where you once rose as tarnished, now you must fall from grace.
That's cool. Alright, this trailer was worth it just for that. Just for the turtle priest. I love him.
Peggy 16.
I think I've seen this one actually. Ooh.
Nicola the Kind spoke of the beginning. The seduction and the betrayal.
America took something from the flesh.
An affair from which gold arose.
And she became a god. It doesn't look like she had a consort at the time. America had multiple
And so
consorts.
too was Shadow born.
I guess this was the original sin
What
then.
followed was a war unseen.
Or maybe this is the original sin, which is killing of all the Horn Sin.
Be put to song.
But yeah, this war created Mesmer's war inadvertently created the Scarlet Rot, which further ended up plaguing Melania, and another one of her children in the end. I think I've probably seen this one too. It's cool to say that there was probably multiple Dancing Beast lines then. Again, this is the wrong arena. This is Rolana's arena. When was this? This was 6 months ago, in February. This was in February. So they just... That would have been really boring if Rolana wasn't here. And you were just gonna fight a Black Knight here.
I presume you, too, are keen to know.
And to be fair, I think Rolana's placement in the game was a little weird. it seemed a little too soon, but I can't think of anywhere else I would put her. So, a little too soon to fight another boss like that.
Again. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Of gold, shadow, those stripped of the grace of gold, shadow, death, in the embrace of restless flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm, and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
I think the most interesting part of these trailers is the start here with that we see America.
Peggy 16.
Micula the Kind spoke of the beginning.
Well, this is clearly America, right? With her bracelets and shit.
The seduction and the betrayal.
She took something of something. I can barely see what that is. Maybe she killed someone. And whatever that was, she used it to become a god.
An affair from which gold arose.
Probably with these strands. And this is probably America.
And so too was Shadow born. What followed was a...
Okay, I think that's it. So, that was Shadow of the Erdtree. Man. That was a good DLC. I'm satisfied, honestly. I'm satisfied, and, you know, I just want to relive this moment again. Where you come out here and then you see the Erdtree and everything. You see the Shadow Tree and everything. I'm still used to calling it Scatter Tree. The Shadow Tree and everything. So people have brought up a really good point. That this land is vaguely circular, and it looks like it was meant to occupy this space that is completely empty in the main game. That's why I think the Shadow Tree land was actually intended from the start. And this mountain was probably, the Jagged Peak was probably here next to Caelid. This little thing probably came into Limgrave a little bit. And obviously the Shadow Tree was the Erdtree at some point, but they split apart. It's not a great fit, but it does kind of fit, because again, like, this whole land is in a C shape. I think a really good indicator is that these Colosseums, there's just like looks like a bite was taken out of them. That's probably the best evidence for this. It just looks like there was a bite that was taken out. I think this is a divine pillar or something. Or a divine tower, yeah. That I didn't go to in this playthrough. Or something like that, I don't know. Who's here? A nomadic merchant. Nomadic merchant. Bernal. There's someone I wanted to talk to, but I forgot. So, what did I think? FromSoft never misses. Let me put it that way. They never miss. Like, they make amazing stuff. It's always amazing. Some of the best they've created some of the best boss fights, the most imaginative boss fights I've ever seen in a game, in this DLC. The highlights for me, obviously, Bale, Midra, Putrescent Knight was kind of cool too. I guess he wasn't a highlight. Divine Beast Lion. Trying to think if there's anyone else here. Radon is unfortunately not as cool as I was hoping. Unfortunately. Is there any other bosses? No, the highlights for me are 100% going to be Bale and Midra. Those are the two best but most creative, amazing boss fights that I've seen in this DLC. And I'm probably going to remember that. Oh, and Divine Beastline. Was there anything else? Oh, also Mesmer was pretty cool. Mesmer was pretty cool, but he looked a little generic. I'm not gonna lie. Just a tiny bit. Oh, Mitter. I forgot about Mitter. Mitter was awesome too. Or Meter. Meter? I don't know. Meter was also really good. Ramina, I think she's a little too easy for the point in the game that you reach her, but I did like her. She was cool too. But yeah, these are some of the best boss fights that they've created. I heard a lot of people angry at Commander Gauss, but honestly, it's Commander Gauss, right? Or Gaius. Honestly, Gaius was not that difficult for me. Even his charge. Maybe because I'm on light load, I can dodge his charge really easily, but I heard people complain about his charge. Yeah. And then there's other things in this DLC that really hit, like, all the way here in the Garden of Deep Purple. The Fissure Depths. Fissure, Cerulean Coast. Saint Trina was also a highlight for me as well. I really loved meeting Saint Trina. That was probably the most, like, wondrous, I don't know, curiosity-inducing? I don't know how to describe that, but I was hooked on that shit, man. I was hooked. The Cerulean Coast was an absolutely beautiful area. And Caro's, it does feel like Caro's Hidden Grave had a bit of cut content. There really should have, unless I'm missing something here, there really should have been a boss fight for Caro's Hidden Grave. Like a themed boss for Caro's Hidden Grave. Because we just got like more repeat bosses here. And then all the way over here you have another Furnace Golem. So Caro's Hidden Grave felt like a nothing burger because it was just repeat bosses and everything. Like all the great areas. Okay, well, I don't know why I was pointing at the Finger Ruins. That's not a great area. But all the great areas, most kind of iconic areas in the game, had a boss fight associated with them. So Castle Enzis had Rolana. Okay, Checkpoint, High Road Cross, Moongazing Grounds. The Finger Ruins, although I don't think they were great areas, I feel like they were kind of a waste of space, at least most of them. Had Meter. Hinterlands didn't really need a boss, just cause the shaman lore was enough. The storehouse, and actually the whole Shadow Keep had Mesmer. Rau had Ramina. Riverside Plain had the Divine Beast Lion. Even the Cerulean Coast. That's weird actually, because I didn't feel like the Cerulean Coast was as empty as Caro's Hidden Grave. Like I felt like I got what I wanted out of the Cerulean Coast. I don't feel like I got what I wanted out of Hikaru's Hidden Grave. I don't feel satisfied in this area at all. I don't think there was much in that area. It feels like there was cut content there because it's all just repeat bosses and I don't know, more undead enemies that we've probably been fighting a million times anyway. And so I think maybe my expectations going into this DLC were a little too high because I almost felt like I was looking to play like an Elden Ring 2. When I saw the world map, I thought I was going to be playing like Elden Ring 2 or something. But that is not what we got. What we got is more of like... If you look at the original map, you have each area: Limgrave, Caelid, Liurnia, Altus, Mountaintops. What we got felt more like... I'm trying to think here because all these areas felt way more populated with unique encounters than the DLC did. I'm gonna be completely honest. Each one of these areas felt way more populated with unique encounters than the DLC did. Maybe the best comparison would be here in the consecrated snowfields. No. Here in the mountaintops of the giants, this area specifically. What we got is more repeats of this area specifically, where the area is mostly empty with, like here in the Graveside Plain. How many areas of interest are here? The Scorched Ruins, Church of Consultation. There's a guy here that's patrolling that you can kill for the Beast Claws. The Western Mausoleum is here. There's a bunch of Inquisitors here. There's a Furnace Golem here. Some NPCs and stuff. A lot of the DLC feels like that, where it feels weirdly like empty of unique stuff. And maybe part of that is the feeling that it felt a lot like this area, where there's not really much there. Maybe a little bit like this area too, where it feels like the open world is just padding for each little area that you're going to. I don't know if anyone else felt this way, and I'm trying to figure out like a way that I can explain this better. Because if you go to Liurnia, you start here at the first step. You can go right, and you can fight a dragon here, and there's like a dragon burnt ruins here too. There's like all these little paths that you can go to. And you go this way, and there's the merchant, and you can go to Church of Ella, and you can go to the gate front, and you can follow all these paths, and they lead at different directions. I didn't feel that way in the DLC at all. It felt weirdly linear, but also like an open world. I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that the DLC felt a lot less like a world and more like padding until the next. Each of these little areas in between areas, they're not as popular. They're not really populated with unique encounters, and maybe some of that is because I would just like run past the area anyway. But a lot of these didn't even feel like if you go to Liurnia, right? In principle, this is a pretty simple thing to do, right? Just go here, go to the Academy Gate town, and go up here. Like what you're supposed to. Sorry, it's pretty simple what you're supposed to do in Liurnia. There's just one single path that leads you there. But I don't know, when I was playing through the game, it felt like there was so much stuff to explore in Liurnia. Like there was this nomadic merchant, there was an Everdroll here. There's all these fucking annoying revenant enemies here that are trying to kill you. If you go here, I think Rhea is here. And then there's the Boil Spawn Shack. I didn't really feel that in this DLC. Not much. But the world design in this DLC is slightly different too, where they have multiple layers of stuff. I don't know how I would... It's a lot more vertical level design than it world design, actually. It's not actually a level. I mean, technically it's a level, but they had a lot more vertical level design versus the sprawlingness that was in the original game. In the original game, it felt like if you walked in a certain direction, within like a couple minutes, or like a minute, you would be in a completely unique encounter. There'd be like a... there'd be a merchant, there'd be a boss fight in an Everdroll, there would be a troll blocking your way with a bunch of units, other guys that are shooting at you. There'd be a ruins place where you can loot some stuff, and there's enemies patrolling. There's a little lighthouse thing, telescope thingy you can look around. I think Bach is here too. The world felt a lot denser than it does in the DLC. I kind of felt like I was just kind of rushing through most of the DLC because a lot of these areas were mostly empty, or if they weren't empty, they were populated with enemies that we've seen too many of, and not in really unique encounters. And I think a lot of that issue came from... Like, let me just show you. Those grave birds are everywhere. Those curse blades, they were difficult at first, but, you know, once you learn, just keep hitting them. They're not as bad. A lot of the areas were just filled with these guys. And I don't really consider these guys much of a fight, because they barely are much of a fight. They die in one hit. They have basically no moves or anything. In some areas there was like Mesmer Knights too, so it was kind of different. But let me see what this guy says. Everyone burned to cinders, burned away, put to the torch by Mesmer and his lot. What did we do to deserve such a fate? We merely lived our lives. We lived in peace. What's weird to me is that this ghost has probably been here for like millions of years, and he's still talking about this. Because apparently this is like the first thing that happened, you know? The burning of this place is probably the first thing that's happened. The first thing America did after becoming Elden, or the Queen. So anyway, I just like the vista here. There was multiple and many amazing vistas in this DLC. Oh, actually, let's go back to the cocoon of the Empyrean. Let's see what's here, if anything. Touch withered arm. Okay, I've been being a little too negative here. I will be honest. This was an amazing DLC. I absolutely loved it. It's probably a 10 out of 10. Actually, yeah, it is a 10 out of 10. There are just some small issues with it, that's all. I love this game. I absolutely love this DLC. And I think this DLC serves better as maybe like a... like an extra area that you can go to expand your play area of the main game, rather than something that's supposed to stand on its own. And obviously that was probably the original intention anyway, so I think I was kind of expecting something that stands on its own, but really this DLC doesn't really stand on its own. If they released an entire game that felt like this DLC, I don't think I would play it. Or I would play it a lot less. I would be a lot less excited to play it. Which is why I love Miyazaki's decision, or his idea going forward, that FromSoft is not going to make another game like Elden Ring. At least not yet. And it might be a couple of years, because if they come out with Elden Ring 2 in 2 years, I don't know if I'll play it, because I'm kind of tired of this style of game now. While I like it, I see the issues that come with this style of game. Do you remember exploring Stormvale all the way here? And how long and complicated this dungeon felt? How long did it take you to finish this dungeon? It took me forever to finish Stormvale, at least like 2 hours. And then I go somewhere here, like the Jagged Peak. And it's really simple. I mean, it's an amazing dungeon, obviously. It's amazing visuals, it's amazing build-up. Bale is an amazing fight. But it felt too short. Same thing with the Abyssal Woods. It felt too short and filled with the same exact enemies over and over again. I actually kind of like this river stream area. It was cool. The Cathedral of Manus Mitter. It felt too empty. There was not enough stuff here. It's just a bunch of puppets just surrounding this area. Same thing here. There was literally nothing here except, I think, there's a furnace golem somewhere along this path anyway. A lot of this DLC felt strangely empty or a little too short. Like, when you go to a new area like Rao, don't you feel like you should be there for like at least 5 hours? I don't think I spent 5 hours in Rao. I was basically just like, I basically sped run through it. That's why Rao didn't really leave much of an impression on me, because I basically just completely sped run through it. And the area feels so compressed too. It didn't leave much of an impression. Like, apparently Rao's super important. Oh, that's a nice vista too. Super important area, and you see it's all green and everything, but I don't know, I felt like I barely explored this area. Or this is a very, like, limited version of what FromSoft originally intended for this area. It was cool, but again, it felt too small. And I think that's the problem, because this is a DLC, this is not a new game. Right, they had years to spend building Liurnia like this. Like, you see how much shit there is in Liurnia? You see how much shit there is over here in Limgrave? And you come here and just... Gravesite is probably a bad example, because Gravesite was pretty nice. In fact, probably even... But like a named area, which is Rao, it felt really short. And again, manage expectations, it's a DLC, they want to introduce you to new areas, but it did feel like I was speedrunning through a FromSoft game, if that makes sense. There was not enough presence in Rao to really leave an impression. If that makes sense. I like Rao. I like the theme of it. I like that it's like a really green area in an area that's just been absolutely destroyed by Mesmer. It's the only green area in an area that's been completely destroyed by Mesmer. But didn't really feel the presence of this area. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain my point here. Same thing with the hinterlands. The hinterlands are like, what, like 2 areas and then we're back to the finger runes. There's like nothing here. There's another falling star beast, I guess. But there's like nothing here. The Abyssal Woods just feels incomplete. Like there should have been more shit here. Apparently you could ride Torrent, but you can't anymore, so I don't know. The Finger Ruins were the worst. Absolutely the worst. Like there was nothing here. Absolutely nothing. And all you got was a talisman right in the middle. And that was it. There really should have been like a finger boss fight for each of these. I feel like. Because if you're going to dedicate a whole landmass to a Finger Ruins, like, there's got to be something interesting. Ultimately, I think the endpoint Midder was actually worth it. I really loved the Finger Birthing Grounds. I really loved Midder. I thought she was an amazing boss fight. Like, this was worth it. This is very cool. Actually, a nice fight. Creative, amazing, and everything, but again, it's very disappointing to see this gigantic area on your map, explore it, and literally the only thing here is some crafting materials and a talisman, and that's it. That's everything that's here. Actually, there's a duplication area for your a place to duplicate your remembrances here, but that's it. Literally, that's the only thing that's in this Finger Ruins. Actually, I think there's like something, yeah, like over here, you can come here. There's some Finger Ruin stuff, like Finger Weaver's awful. So that's cool, but again, Dio, there's literally nothing here. Absolutely zero, nada. I think maybe there's a giant finger creeper that you can kill here, but that's the only thing that's here. So it feels like this DLC is simultaneously lacking content, but also has some of the best content that they've made. I think you can't really complain for, what is it, like $40 for this DLC? I think actually I played 50, but that's in Canadian, so. It has some of the most imaginative and creative bosses that they've created. I love Midder, I love Mitra, I love the Divine Beast Lion. I love Bale. Bale's probably the best fight that they've ever made. The best dragon fight that they've ever made. This Finger Birthing Grounds, it feels weird. I don't know where this is. Apparently it's behind the Finger Ruins of Mir. Or Mir? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's really cool. I think you can't actually walk all the way there, can you? Oh wow. You can walk a lot further than I thought you could. Yeah, it's blocked. But yeah, if you see in the distance, there's like more Finger Ruins and stuff. I don't know why they can't just make this area an infinite area. I don't know why there's blocks in the way. Maybe the game just has like, I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't figure it out. I think my final thoughts here is that I think it's a really good DLC. I loved it. It was amazing. But it definitely feels like there was something missing. Or the usual FromSoft quality was not there. especially towards the end of the DLC, I just kind of felt like I was exploring for the sake of exploring. There wasn't really much to see in each area. There wasn't anything, and maybe the part of that is because I'm just used to the game at that point, and I've seen all these enemies for like years and years. I'm going to try and replay the game at some point on New Game 7. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to see if I feel the same way, or if I feel this DLC is weird in some way. Missing content, basically. And I'll let you know more what I think at that point. But unfortunately, at this point, I'm kind of like... Yeah, I'll never have a first playthrough again. Like, unfortunately, that's how it is. Although I love the game, I will never have a first playthrough again. And that's just how it is. In terms of bosses, I might do a boss tier list at some point. Actually, maybe I should. I should do it right now, actually. Hold on. Like the sap of the shadow tree is dropping not on the chalice, it's dropping over there. But, you know. And the shadow tree is completely dark too. So yeah. I'm simultaneously like really happy I played this DLC, and I'm also kind of disappointed in it. Like lightly disappointed. I guess I was expecting an Elden Ring 2, but we didn't really get that, and maybe shame on me for thinking that we would get Elden Ring 2 in a DLC. Because the world map seemed to promise that in Elden Ring 2, but no. All the areas are very... This DLC felt like... You know how everyone praises Dark Souls 1 for its interconnected level design? This DLC felt like that. A return to that Dark Souls 1. And not an Elden Ring expansion, if that makes sense. It felt less like an open world and more like a linear world with interesting connections between the different levels of the world. And just vast areas that are very sparsely populated with anything interesting, unfortunately. So, yeah. That is Elden Ring DLC. Again, still, I'm complaining right now, but it's still a 10 out of 10 for me. This is not the last time I'm going to be playing this game, by the way, this DLC. I have bosses to master. I have new bosses to master and have fun with. And probably I will do that on stream. Probably. And yeah, that's Elden Ring. It was a good game. It was. Let's do... Let's do something crazy here. Okay. Okay, let me show this. Oh shit. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, I'll just keep things in D for now. Alright, so Mother Fingers. I think she's awesome. She's an A tier. She was an awesome boss fight. I really enjoyed her. I think I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit. Yeah, like Cosmic Horror type feel. She was awesome. I really loved her. She was a Needle Knight Leda and her allies. I think this was an S tier actually. I love the atmosphere. I love how it felt like you were basically fighting your friends, and the tragedy that's in that. It's awesome. It was an amazing fight. Putrescence Knight. It was interesting. Over time, I've kind of mellowed on my opinion on Putrescent Knight, so I think I'm gonna move him to B tier. He's not exactly on the same level as Metter. Metter was actually amazing. Scadu Avatar, A tier. I love Scadu Avatar. He was it's like seeing like an avatar, but they're rotten, you know, like a rotten version of an avatar. I just love the way that he looked like a prune sunflower, a prune dried version of a sunflower, and he was rotting and broken. Gaius was cool. I like Putrescent Knight more than a Gaius. I don't think Gaius is like an F tier boss. He's like okay. I don't think Gaius is an F tier boss at all. Gaius was fun. He was a fun fight, and yeah, people struggled on his jumps and shit. But honestly, yeah. Sorry, his charges. People struggled on his charges and shit, but like honestly, yeah. I mean, and to be fair, I was on light roll the whole time, so maybe I had a unique advantage. But you know, Divine Beast. I liked him slightly better than the Erdtree. I think Divine Beast line is 100% an A tier. It's an amazing idea, amazing concept. I love seeing a boss fight based on the Divine Beast or the line dances. Awesome boss. And the music, whew, holy shit. Bale, probably the best boss fight in this DLC. Absolutely loved him. He was amazing. I can't wait to fight him again and just to learn his fight. What I loved about the fight is that you see how broken and decrepit this fucking dragon is. And he's like, he can barely move, but he's still like giving you his best aggression. And then halfway through the fight, he taps into the power of the dragon he used to be. And you can see just a glimmer, just a little glimmer, like a little glimpse of the power and the majesty that this dragon used to have. And FromSoft is so good at non-linear storylines like that, and it's absolutely just amazing. Midra, fucking, what can you say? Like the visuals, the music, the way Midra fights you is so incredible. It feels like it feels like he has all the time in the world. Like he's absolutely insano nuts mode. He has all the time in the world to fight you. He doesn't give a shit. That's what I love about Midra. Mesmer? I would say Mesmer. Mesmer is a fun fight, but I don't think he left a lasting impression on me. Which is why I would rather put him maybe above Metter. He didn't really leave a lasting impression on me. I mean, he was badass. I loved him. He's still an A tier. A tier is great, but he didn't really leave a lasting impression on me at all. And although I love fighting him, and I loved that he turns into a snake, and his second phase is actually easier than his first phase, weirdly enough, but he turns into a snake, and his snake attacks are still easily readable. Surprisingly easily readable, even though, like, you can tell when you need to dodge. And that's crazy that they managed to make a snake attack. Not a sword, by the way, like an actual snake attacking you, still readable, as long as you don't panic dodge. Rolana, I think Rolana is cool. But again, she didn't leave a lasting impression on me. She's absolutely really cool, and I love her. But again, she didn't leave a lasting impression. Ramana, same thing. I think she's an A tier. Just because she looks cool and her design is cool. She did not leave a lasting impression on me at all. She's cool. That's all I can say. Radon, I'm gonna be real. Again, this boss did not leave a lasting impression on me. I'm happy I beat him. I think he's cool. I think Miquella's influence makes it harder, but also makes it interesting. I also think Miquella has the ability to charm you too. That's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, am I excited to fight Radon? Not really. I'm excited to fight Bale. I'm excited to fight Midra. I'm excited to fight the Needle Knights and their... Because I'm excited to fight this fight because it feels like... I love the atmosphere of it. Erdtree, Divine Beast. Looking at this, I think I actually like Erdtree Avatar more than the Divine Beast line. And I like Metter more than I like Mesmer. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So, this is my tier list. I don't think any of these bosses were F tier or D tier or anything. I think Gaius was interesting, but he's not amazing. Apparently Gaius was also a son of Melania, or sorry, Marika, apparently. Because Gaius is apparently an older brother of Radon. So that's weird. So Gaius is also a demigod, but he got trapped in the Shadow Realm, so he never got a Great Rune. But yeah, that's my boss tier list. This is just how I feel about this is mostly a reflection of how I feel about these bosses after the game. You might have a different list, and that's okay. I don't think anything any of these bosses do is unfair. Mesmer has an attack like Waterfowl, but everything is completely dodgeable. Everything is very telegraphed. Like his first thing where he swings his spear around twice, you just well-timed dodge, you can get through it. The second thing where he pokes you, again, just dodge towards him so he can't get you. And the third thing, when he slams his spear in the ground and a bunch of spears come out from around him, just dodge twice. So it's very telegraphed. It's very simple how to dodge it. Versus Melania. Melania's fucking three attack flurry attacks combo thingy. It's just I'm still completely confused as what's the intended way to dodge that. At this point I don't even think there is one. They probably just made it as like a run ender or something. And they didn't think about it too hard about how you're actually supposed to dodge that attack. Favorite fights? Bale, even though I barely fought him. And Midra. Midra, these are my two favorite fights. Scattertree is also cool. Mitter, Divine Beast Dragon. Oh, sorry. Divine Beast Dancing Lion. Those are also cool. Also the Needle Knight and her allies. I like that one too. Not so much for the fight, but more for the atmosphere of it. Anyway, I think maybe I should call it a day here. Or a night, I don't know. One or the other. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the streams and chilling and vibing. We finished the DLC. Yeah, it's been fucking maybe 2 or 3 months since it released, but we finished it. So, yeah. And it was a good time. It was a fun time. I think a lot of these streams kind of found a little bit more of myself and what makes me unique as a streamer. So, if you joined along for that journey, thank you. And yeah, I'll probably catch you guys in the next stream, whenever that is. Next up, I mean, I need to make a lot of fucking videos and clips about this fucking DLC, but next up, I'm gonna go through the DLC again, but on my other character over here, level 331. So I remember when I started the game, this character was at maybe level 100, so I went up 91 levels. Or maybe it was like 130 actually. I went up like 60 levels. And then we have my other character that I have like 300 hours in. I'm gonna take this character into the DLC. I think I'm on journey 6. Apparently I started as an astrologer. But yes. Damn, I have insane arcane. Oh, I still gotta beat Rolana on this character, actually. Oh, I have all these buffs and shit. Because I'm on New Game 6. You tell what new game you are on? Alright, let's try this one once. We will attempt this once, and you will see how good I am at this. Do you know, can you tell what I mean? Because even this dungeon felt so, like, so populated, so long. This felt like a proper long-ass dungeon. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, it felt like a proper long-ass dungeon. But unfortunately, DLC, none of the dungeons, all the dungeons in the DLC felt incredibly short in comparison. Like, incredibly short. No. Anyway, I'm gonna take this character to the DLC. I think I was trying to learn all the bosses again. That's why my weapons are not very upgraded. So it's, yeah. Even though my fucking character is like level 80 arcane, which is insane. But yeah. What have I even done so far? I barely like made it through the game at all. Yeah, probably gonna take this character to the DLC. See what I can do. Oh yeah, this is a Divine Tower, yeah. Of West Deltas. Cool. Anyway, thanks for vibing. Thanks for joining. We beat the DLC today. And yeah, catch you guys next time. Bye bye.